Hey, and welcome to another video in my eBay parts repair playlist, the playlist of videos where I go on eBay and buy broken electronic items for usually below $20, $30-ish, and I try to fix them. I have some rules for this series that I follow on when it comes to purchasing. They should be usually below $20. They shouldn't be physically damaged too much. I can't really remember the rules exactly, but they'll be down in the description so you can go read the rules for this series. Also, check out the playlist for this series. I have an entire playlist on this category as well. So yeah, let's jump right in. But first, don't forget to hit that like button and check out my channel. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I'm also on Discord and Instagram, so the links to those will be down below as well. Let me know if the Discord link doesn't work anymore so I can put a new Discord link in. Wait, that Discord link should work because it's unlimited. So what we have here is the fourth Google Nexus phone, the LG Google Nexus 4. So as we all know, the Nexus lineup was the lineup of stock Android phones that that Google wanted to partner with other companies and build. And for the year of 2012, when this was released, it was LG's turn to partner with Google, and this is what they came up with, the Nexus 4. It's one of the first phones, by the way, with QI wireless charging. This thing actually has wireless charging, and it's from 2012. I'm pretty sure it has wireless charging. I remember it saying it had QI wireless charging somewhere. So 2012, it's what, 8 years old now? Yeah. And this phone was listed as broken. Here's the description: does not charge or power on. And I got it for like $2 to $3. I can't remember, but the description is here. See, it says no power, no charge, cracked screen, back is also cracked, starting from the camera there. Clean ESN, same seller that I usually buy these stuff from. He has this habit of pasting stickers on them that tend to stick pretty badly. But we'll get this sticker off. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and fix this thing. I always wanted one of these phones, but I never had one because I chose the iPhone over this of that year, 2012. So, wait, no, I never owned an iPhone 5. So, I probably already had a smartphone of that. Maybe I was still using my 4S. I can't remember. But something else was my decision over this. That's why I didn't get it. But now I guess I have one. I don't know. I want a working one, so to add to my collection. This one may or may not work. We don't know. And it's slightly cracked, and I like to keep my collection perfect. So I might get a perfect one later, but for now, we shall deal with this one. Now the Nexus lineup is no longer, just a little bit of history here while we take this thing out. The Nexus lineup is no longer. Now it's called Android One, the Android One program, which Google. What is the Nexus program still going on? I can't remember. I don't remember a Nexus phone. The last great Nexus phone was the Motorola Nexus 6, that big phone that looked like this. This is a Motorola Moto X 2nd gen, but the Nexus 6 was very similar to this. Slightly bigger, but very similar internals. I remember the last great Nexus was the Motorola Nexus 6, and I don't think they really... Was there a Nexus 7? No, the Nexus 7 was a tablet. I know that because one of my friends had one. I don't know. Please tell me down in the description the Nexus program is still going on. But I'm pretty sure the Android One program is the replacement to the Nexus program. Alright, let's try powering it on, but obviously it's not going to turn on like they said. Nope. Feels really light, so it may or may not have a battery in it. Could you take the back cover off this thing? No, I don't think so. No, you got screws here. So let's plug this in and see what's up. Hold up. Okay, so we have a plugged in charger here. Again, it's micro USB. It's no USB-C. Oh, we got a red light. And it went off. A deleted processor probably? Well, not deleted, like a detached processor. I mean, this is the common issue with LG phones. The light turns on and then it turns off. Probably means that it has a bad processor. The processor is lifted off the motherboard. That was a common problem with LG phones. Let's try and boot this into recovery mode, down, power button down, and volume button down and power button. Doesn't seem to do anything. So we know that there's charge in the charge circuit down here because it's the light comes on when plugged in. This could also be water damage, so we shall see. I'm guessing this video is going to be a bit long, so hang in there. Well, all my parts repair videos are long, but I know you guys like these, so I shall keep making them. Nope. Okay, so I guess we take it apart, and I'll put down my usual assumption that it's water damaged, and we're gonna, you know, the usual, bathe it with ethyl alcohol. Let me go get my tools. All right, my tool bag is here, and the screws are not that tight. So I'm assuming someone took it apart at some point. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I think I'll have to get my heat gun because I'm assuming that the back plate here is glued down. I've never taken one of these apart, so I don't want to assume anything that it's, maybe there's like wires and stuff underneath there. So, oh no, it just comes off, okay. So, wait, I gotta be careful here. In case this thing actually had wireless charging, there'll be a cable stuck there, so I gotta be really careful. Because then the wireless charger will have to be, you know, attached to the back there. Do we have wireless charging? Do we have, oh boy. So the battery is stuck to the top there. It's pretty strange. Whoa. So we have the battery stuck to the top there, and why is it stuck to the top? Okay, I can definitely see some sort of wireless charging pad. I'll probably look at a schematic of this phone or a disassembled one and be right back. I don't want to pry upon this without knowing, because again, I haven't taken one of these apart. Be right back. Okay, so what I saw from some of the videos, the battery is not supposed to be sticking out to the top. I think it detached. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Yep, some idiot has been in here. Yeah, he stuck the battery cable down with tape. So that's why I called it. I really called it there. The screws were not factory tight, because I could basically unscrew it with 2 fingers like that. So, yep, we do have wireless charging. Is it QI certified? It said so. There should be some sort of certification here. I think that is it, but I don't know. But that's really cool. Like when you Google the first wireless charging phone, the answer that comes up is the Galaxy S6, and that's wrong. The Galaxy S6 was released in 2014. This was released in 2012. This is not the first wireless charging phone. There were some Chinese phones that had wireless charging way back in like 2009 when the technology was pretty bad. So it wasn't QI certified, but wireless charging has been in for a long time. So the Galaxy S6 is not the first phone with wireless charging. I think this battery is also like, it's not original LG. So we have a knockoff battery. We have possibly a bad battery connector. Why is there tape on the battery connector? What on earth has this person been doing? Okay, this is loose. Oh boy. I hate it when people do this. Like, I mean, if you don't know how to fix something, don't do it. You don't tape the ends of the, like that. And he's not even put that in properly. You don't put tape over a, especially that kind of tape. I mean, it's not bad, but it still could have, if the tape was strong enough and someone else opened this could have stuck to the top and ripped the top half off, ripped the ribbon off. So let's get rid of this stupid tape first. Let me get a pair of tweezers. Maybe it's not turning on because the tape's on there, but why would he do that? We have a squishy battery as well, so we have a bad battery there. It's not completely messed up, but I just wish I had my nails because I bit them off. So yeah, I definitely call it that someone had been in here. Because when you get used to taking these things apart frequently, you know what factory tighten nails feel like. Factory tighten screws feel like. So we shall see. Why would you stick some tape on the battery like that, whoever you were? Oh, I see. I see. So this is a knockoff battery, and the batteries things probably don't fit on the screws there, because those are probably the original screws that tighten the battery down. So his solution was tape. So let's get rid of those screws first. Yeah, well, I'll probably not use this battery at all, but I don't have a suitable battery for this thing. Let me just get a screwdriver here. That would work. I don't have a battery for this thing, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here if the battery's messed up. Like I said, I don't want to... One of the points of this series is I'll not spend too much money. Unless, of course, it's a newer phone that, you know, is kind of worth it. This thing is old as hell, and I don't think I'll ever use it. So I don't think I want to spend money on a battery. But we shall see. Okay, so the screws are off. Okay, so the battery connector is also not wanting to go in properly. So it was pasted down and it doesn't want to go in properly. This is definitely a knockoff battery. I don't think this is a... Yeah, yep, it's a knockoff battery. LG, original battery will have an LG branding somewhere. Is that the LG logo under there? Hold up. And in some previous, it has an LG logo, but why would, oh no, I know why. It is a knockoff battery, but when you want to import knockoff items into the US without like customs seizing your shipment, you cover up the logo of, because you want to make this look as legit as possible. You don't want to show that it's a knockoff, so you want to show it as legit as possible. So what you do is you cover up the logo, because you can import generic batteries to the US, but unless you are the manufacturer, you cannot brand your stuff with the manufacturer's branding and then bring it to the US while like disguising it as an original while it's a fake. So what these guys do is they tape the logo over, and then when they come to the US, they just take it off once it's past customs. So they do that a lot with housings. If you've seen like mobile housings, especially iPhone housings, knockoff housings, the Apple logo has a sticker on it, so it's not showing, and the customs officials aren't going to dig so deep and take off stickers. So this is one of that, but it's still a knockoff battery. It doesn't make it original. This is a knockoff. This is not LG quality. It's really flexible, by the way. It's junk. But I guess we can test it, see if it works. We might just test it with the phone itself. It's not a good idea to use these batteries in general. They can harm the phone. This is not an issue. Let's see if this thing turns on. Nope. Let me get the charger. Stay in there. So we are charging. Well, not really. See if we have some power. So the light stayed on longer than last time. Let's try that again. Come on. Okay, it stays longer. It stays on longer than last time. This is a antenna cable that's not necessary to keep the thing on. Maybe we should just leave it on the charger for a while, see if it gets any charge. Let me try and hard put this into recovery mode. So we got down button and power button. Aha! There we go. There we go. So it's on fast boot. So here's a fun fact. The product name, well, it was a Nexus 4, but the project or the product name, the project to create the fourth Nexus phone, code name Mako, product name Mako, as you can see there, Mako. There. So it was code name Mako. That was the product name. But yeah, so fast boot, restart bootloader, recovery mode, power off, start, recovery mode, where let's go into recovery mode. So we have a working phone. It just had an unplugged battery. See, that's what happens when you tape the battery down. You're not gonna get a, you know, a valid how should I say, it's not a valid permanent fix. So we have no command. Let's give it a command. Hold this down for a while. That should give it a command. Come on. Is it the same as Motorola? It should be the same. Wait, let's just turn it off. Hold up, let me retry that. I can't really remember what the command was. Let me check that up and be right back. Okay, so I kind of forgot what happens over there. It's the volume up key. So let me just put this back. Yeah, it's a pretty tight fit for a, well. So let's get it back into recovery mode. Come on. Okay, so we have start, restart bootloader, recovery mode, and select rebooting the phone. Let's make sure this thing does not come off in recovery mode. Okay, so we have power button and volume up button. Come on. Power button first, volume up button second. It's a bit tricky to get this sometimes. Oh, there we are. There we go. So if this has information on it, I really don't give a shit what's on here. So I'll just probably reset the phone. Reboot to bootloader, wipe data reset. Let's factory wipe and reset. This probably has information on it, and I do not want any part of that. So wipe data, factory reset. Confirm, wipe all user data. Yes, delete all user data. And it'll do its thing now. I'm gonna hold this battery down while it's doing its thing so that the battery doesn't pop out and we have a bigger issue on our hands. So I'll let it do its thing and jump back to the video. So it's done doing its thing. Reboot system now. Let's go ahead and try and get into the system. So it's not doing anything. We might have a bad BIOS on this if that's the case. So we can get into the recovery mode, but we can't get into the rest of the phone. So let's just try and get back into, oh. Okay, so I'm guessing this phone is not like broken in any other way. It's just, so we have, let's see what other modes we can put this thing into. Restart boot, recovery mode, start. Recovery mode, restart. Let's try a fast boot. Hold up. Let's try like that. So maybe the reason it's not starting from its power button is the battery, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we're getting a Nexus logo here in 1, 2, 3. Come on. It's got to be an X logo, as I remember. Come on, let's load up. So again, this phone could have been worth a bit more than what, $3. That shady battery replacement job is what gave it its low price, because the seller probably thought it was broken, but it's not. It just has a crack on its screen. Am I gonna replace the screen? No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. The back is also cracked. It's glass. It's not a really strong kind of glass. Like, it's pretty flexible as well. But yeah, I guess it's really slow. I mean, I just restarted it, so it shouldn't be that slow. But we'll just give it a bit and see what happens. Okay, so we have life. Well, Android is starting, and what I did off camera was, now I erased all the factory settings. That didn't help. It just kept on going in the boot animation, the Nexus X animation. And then I remembered that maybe someone used a custom ROM on this and had rooted this. So I assumed that someone had rooted this. So I was going to like plug it into the computer and unroot it and stuff. But then I thought I'll just wipe the cache partition and see if that helps. So I just did the same thing I did before, went into the bootloader, went into recovery mode, and instead of erasing content and settings, I erased the cache partition. And then after doing that, I could just boot it with the power button as normal. So that's a good sign. So we have Android. I just keep remembering that this battery cable might come out any moment. So let's do it. I'll let it do its thing again, and we'll see what we get. But I guess this, as far I can see, this is another repair success. Well, I didn't really do any repairs on it, but it's still going in that playlist. All right, so let's be right back when this is done. Okay, so it's done doing whatever it was doing before, like resetting itself up after a reset. And what I found out was half of the screen is not working, down from below the crack here. I can show you by bringing up the volume. Hold up. There it is. So there we go. The slider is sliding. So the top half of the screen works. It's just the bottom half. If I do this as well, as you can see, it scrolls. This doesn't work for some reason because it's right on the dot there, right on the line. But when I do this, it doesn't scroll. But when I do this, it scrolls. So we have a bad display, and which makes no sense to me. I mean, it's just one crack. But if you look at my Moto X, the entire screen is crushed. A person accidentally stood on this, by the way. That's what's damaged here. And probably a rock or something from his shoe is what pressed down here and cracked the rest of the screen. But this touchscreen works, and this doesn't work. So that makes no sense. And this is also covering the edges of the touchscreen. This is also covering the edges, but I don't know. This makes no sense. It's the same technology. But I guess this had a worse fall than that, I guess. I think it was dropped flat on its face. That's why half the touchscreen isn't working. But in terms of repairing the original issues, that is no power and no charge, I consider this as a success. So thumbs up for that. And tell me down in the description if you want to see a restoration video for this phone. I'll be happy to do it. I'll first have to find a decently priced digitizer as a replacement. I can only replace the digitizer. It's no problem. I don't have to replace the whole display. There is a process using UV glue and stuff like that. I'd love to try that out on video for you guys to see, so we can do a restoration on this. Let me know down in the description if you want to see that restoration, and I'll let you guys know on Discord when I get that part and when to stay tuned for that video. But until then, I consider this as a success, as a repair. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and check out my channel. And if you liked what you see, please consider subscribing. Also check me out on Discord and Instagram. The links will be down in the description. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one.